Alk.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hello and welcome to the Metal Cell. I'm delighted to say I've been joined by Jack, Cian and Jake from God Alone. How are you, lads?
Hello.
Welcome.
How are you? Story.
Saturday.
You busted all the ways down from Cork on a beautiful summer's day for my fair play to you.
It's very hot.
Nice
Yeah.
one.
Very, very hot.
Lovely day.
And we'll start off with probably your most latest release, which was what was it, Cosmonaut?
Oh yeah, the Cosmonaut sessions.
Cosmonaut Sessions, yeah. I suppose first of all, how did they come about? If one of you wanna take that question.
Yeah, we
Go on,
just said
Cian.
we'd film some stuff. We're doing rake work now with Cormac Daly from
Right.
Cosmonaut. He's an absolute hero. Like
Yeah.
he just does a rake for the band. Like he's really sound.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we've a rake more of them filmed that are yet to be put out. But we filmed them all in like the college and school of music that I go to,
Right.
and spent about like 8 hours a day or something.
Did I give you
And,
that for free? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's whatchamacallit, I was able to book like 2 hours, and I was just like cobbling together a rake of other boys to say, can you book like another 2 hours for me?
Yeah.
And another 2 hours on top of that.
oh, very good, yeah.
But yeah, geez, we were in there for the whole day, and got a rake of songs.
Offshore accounts, like.
Oh yeah. But,
How many cameras did he use? It was
Ooh, there was two.
Nah,
No,
it
there
couldn't
was-
be.
No, it's true.
No,
4, I'd say.
it was three. One on an old dolly, and
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
the other one was
Lady Susan.
holding him. And then the one was above the drums as well for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
spicy angle.
Neil
was-
Peart angle.
Yeah.
There wasn't a drone there as well, no. Hovering
Oh,
around
no,
us.
no.
Hovering around the room, cutting her hair, like.
And
Neil Baz.
the sound was excellent as well. Out of the whole thing.
Oh, cheers, thanks.
Who was there someone engineering
It's
on the
Cormac.
background?
Oh, it's Cormac,
Cormac,
yeah.
yeah.
Unreal engineer.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah. It was all his own gear as well. Like, jeez, he's an absolute hero for it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
great engineer. He does sound for Reiki gigs as well in town.
Yeah.
yeah. Lovely
I
fella.
don't know how
He's
much
brilliant.
recording stuff he'd done before, but that was brilliant, like what he did there.
Yeah.
It sounded really, really good.
And what was the feedback from it? Did you? I mean, obviously you see all the likes on Facebook, but did many people come up to you and say, "Lads, that was class"? Or
Yeah, we kind of got a lot more than often we thought we would. Like, there was like load like math rock blogs and kind of metal blogs sharing it and kind of stuff.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
And, that was really nice because like we only spent like a day doing it and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, and we were just like, we put it out for the crack. Like, and
Yeah.
now it's nice to see because like there's not a lot of videos of us kind of like
Actually playing,
actually
like, yeah.
playing and stuff. Like we've a fair bit of stuff recorded, but like it's nice to just like see
Yeah.
like shouting and stuff.
yeah, and it's a shout out actually to Mr. Space Pig himself.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, he's
Sham.
a fucking man.
He's put up like, and I tell, he's put up some amount of stuff on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
and
At
Every
least,
gig that ever happened.
Yeah, no,
Ever.
literally, like, yeah, if there's about a good 100 and something
Yeah.
more, like there's nearly 1,000, I'd say, of
Yeah.
videos of him. If he wasn't recording gigs, there wouldn't be any videos of us online, I'd say.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
I'd say a lot of bands could say that actually.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
You
There's
know.
about 100 of him and about one that my dad took on the internet.
Okay.
That's about
One
it,
that
yeah.
Ali took, yeah.
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 Oh, that
Jesus.
one as well. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like so yeah, it was a good advertisement for you because like I mean your shows are chaotic anyway. So
Oh,
that was
thank you.
that was nice to see. Jack is grimacing there.
Nah, it's nice because, like, the real kind of way I suppose people see us is like live with
Mm.
the whole jumping around and just being an overall sausage, like. But yeah, but like listening to it, I don't think you get that effect. So to see it and
Yeah.
to have it playing as well, I think that makes it a bit more
Yeah.
like real.
Mm.
You can't see how cute we are on the album, like. when you're
Yeah,
listening to it,
exactly.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
And it's in black and white as well.
like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's more serious.
Real arty. It's just a new direction, lads. And gig wise, then you have one confirmed. That's it. Which is the 13th of July.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be
Subbed out.
That's our only gig for July, really.
Really, yeah?
Whatchamacallit, we kind of took it a bit handy there over the leaving cert,
Mhm.
and we're just going to get back into the swing of things
Yeah.
now. And we've a rake of stuff booked for kind of August to the end of the year. We'll be doing a few tours around the gaff, and
Yeah.
we've another release to be putting out before the end of the year as well.
Okay.
But yeah, the 13th of July in ground floor be the only thing we're doing in July for the crack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is free.
We haven't
Tis free.
played in ground floor in ages.
It's
2
not
years.
years.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. It's where we
Shit.
did our first gig, and before that, it's where me and like Jack and Cian, we used to like play gigs all the time there, with other bands, and when we were doing gigs there, there'd be like no
Three
one.
people
Yeah,
there.
there'd be no one there really. Like, but now there's like the younger crowd of boys are after like really stepping up for gigs. Like,
I don't know about you, but that was like the first gig I ever played. Like
Yeah.
ever.
Mm.
The-
well, I'm
Oh,
a
was
bit
as
more
well, yeah.
professional than that now. Like,
no one was there either. We were playing like a gig to like, and all you can
Three
see is
people,
all
like,
you can
yeah.
see. No, all you can see is like the gear at the back of the room, all our like empty cases and stuff.
Jeez.
but now the gigs in there, they're really, really well put together,
Nah,
and it's like those boys now subbed out.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're really, really good.
Best
like
boys.
they're
really nice punk.
they're like grunge,
Sound.
but they started as grunge. Now they're like, I don't know, they're just punk, and they have great energy, great
Yeah.
attitude as well towards music.
And
Lovely
like,
fellas.
very kind of individual, like, you know.
so how would someone find ground floor in YMCA?
do you know Liam
Marlborough
Russell?
Street.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, Marlborough Street.
It's off Liam Russell's there on
Yeah.
Marlborough Street. It's about
Right.
half down Red Brick Calf. Yeah,
Okay.
It's actually where we recorded the EP and
It
the
is,
album. We
yeah.
recorded
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it? Yeah.
both in there. Yeah,
It's
it's,
a
it's
small
a youth
studio
centre,
in
if
there,
you
yeah.
think it, like.
It was class actually, because like that room was like surprisingly good for recording.
Yeah,
Because like there was like loads of carpets and everything all over the place.
Yeah.
It sounded so dead, and you could like there was windows there was like shutters on the inside. You could shut off the windows. Like,
Right.
mental. Like,
Yeah, it's like
no,
dampening the sound. It's really good.
no, it was actually like the drum sounded lovely.
And did any other bands record there that you know of?
Oh yeah, every other band I'm in recorded there. Red Sunlight recorded there. Selkies recorded there. and
Crojane.
The Crojane first
Okay.
EP
Oh,
was
Yes,
recorded
yeah,
there.
okay,
Yeah,
so they're well used to it.
yeah. Oh, she's
Rock and
regular
riff.
in there, like.
Just because some people, of course, we all know God alone in Ireland, but obviously for Canadian listeners there, can you just give your age profiles there so people will know? Jack, how old are you?
I'm 18 years of age.
Well done, Cian.
I'm the oldest. I'm 19.
19, and Jake,
I'm the youngest. I just turned 18,
18.
and
yeah.
both of the lads that sadly couldn't be here today.
Shout out to the lads.
Shout
Shout out, boys.
yeah,
Sean and
Shout
Dylan.
out one time, Sean Dillon.
yeah.
Da boys.
They're also 18.
They're also
like,
18, yeah. That just gives people perspective there. I always think of a band that were your age, and they released an album called The Ultraviolence, Dead Angel, from San Francisco. And they were all 16, 17. I don't even know, have you ever heard of Dead Angel?
No, I haven't heard. Sorry.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, you can check them out.
Oh yeah.
Tell them I sent you. So they were one of the first Bay Area bands with Metallica.
That's mad. Yeah.
And they're all Oriental lads, and they were fucking unbelievable. Like, everybody was blown away at 16, 17 to releasing an album like that. So they still play tracks off it, so just want to acknowledge your age there, you know. So what about, you probably have plans going forward, haven't you, kind of recording wise?
Oh, yeah, we've
loads of songs.
oh, we've a whole other album written after what we've already recorded. Like,
We've
yeah.
a terrible habit of whenever we're like making an album, we write like 3 other albums that were like totally different sounds. Like for when we were making our first EP, we had the album written. When we were making the album, we had a further release written, which
Yeah.
will be coming out later this year.
Right,
actually.
okay.
And now that's being written, and we should be just playing songs from that. We have loads of other stuff
Yeah.
written now as well. So
Oh, yeah,
It's fantastic.
good
man.
laugh though.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
all it's all obviously demoed and caught, is it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we've all kind of rough recordings of everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I first
Yeah,
band
yeah.
for like forgetting everything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's important, like, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
too
know,
many
see-
sections in the songs.
Song is about 10 minutes long each. Like, yeah.
Are you going to go with the same kind of team, like holding them up our own?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is it going to be all Irish titles?
No, there's gonna be a lot sadder, but it's gonna be a lot like dancier as well. There's
Yeah.
like a rake more like dance punk and like electronic influences on the new stuff now.
Yeah,
And like there's still a bit of shouting. There's
yeah.
still a lot of shouting, but whatchamacallit,
So
all the
you-
titles are now like dumb Northside stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first EP with Intervim is
Yeah.
just like it sounds really interesting, but it's actually really stupid, the meaning behind it. And like
Yeah.
I really like that because people are like, is that Latin?
That's
No, it's not at all.
But I'm just out of school.
Yeah.
They don't actually, nah, they don't teach Latin in school. How would you come
They did
across
in
it?
fourth year.
Did
They
they?
did in my school in fourth year after
that's
5
'cause-
minutes. Yeah.
Just because Cian
that
goes to
true?
the posh part of my
way
school.
over
Right,
there.
it's all coming out now.
Goes to the Irish
Or
part.
the AG.
He's actually gone right here.
God, wait for me for a
They,
Bad
second.
dose of sunburn.
I'm telling you now. like,
In like private schools they do, and Christians and Preds they do.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez, I didn't do any fucking.
Reardon does Latin.
Of course he fucking. He's probably gonna listen to this now.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Jesus, I remember. Yeah, we were forced to do religion right through school. It was horrendous. Like
Oh, religion's good crack in school. Like.
we'd Christian brothers, man,
Oh,
and they'd
no, maybe
beat the
not that,
fucking
no,
head
yeah.
out of you if you
Yeah.
even kind of
Yeah.
turned sideways, you know.
Jesus, my dad is telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are all those lads gone?
Fuck.
Is there any Christian
well
brothers?
No, there's not. And like the man would have been like the main, like the big brother school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's none left anyway. In my primary school there was one, but he was the soundest man ever. He'd
Jesus.
take you to PE every class, like
My G.
absolute legend.
My G.
Take it
My
to
G.
what?
My
He'd
G.
take to go down to the hall, play a game of soccer every class.
What a king chiller. like.
Absolute king, like. Shout out Mr. Dowling one time.
Ah, nice.
Legend.
Yeah. If they were back when when I was there, if they were bringing you somewhere, it wasn't PE.
I know.
Oh, oh,
lads.
oh, boys. Oh, shit.
Anyway, so
Oh, boys. Oh,
Rewind there now.
you can cut that out there. Now.
yeah. The story with the new stuff as well. Have you any plans of going vinyl on it?
Ooh,
It's expensive, isn't it?
it's
It is,
ridiculously expensive. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Like, I know myself, I'd much rather buy a vinyl over CD.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a massive hipster like that. But I just like holding them.
Yeah.
Like,
Aren't,
but they're so expensive to print. Like, but I'd say we probably will down the line, like, 'cause they just look mad. like.
Sure, aren't Bandcamp doing that Yoki? You know, where
Oh
like
yeah, Bandcamp had an unreal thing going.
Yeah, you like you. I think it's like something like you like make a list of like how many people are like actually willing to buy the vinyl,
Okay.
and they like pre-order them, and then Bandcamp go and like print the amount of vinyl that
For those people,
Yeah,
yeah.
for those
and
people.
then ship it for you.
Really?
It's
It's
an
like-
unreal plan. Yeah.
They're literally just like, yeah, we're sound.
Yeah.
What's the crack like?
But I thought, I don't know, it was a Condyle or someone was saying that there's a car company now going to actually
Ooh,
start. They've bought an actual vinyl press.
serious? Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure where I heard that. It might
I
have
know
been
there's
Con.
there's 2 or 3 up the country, but like they're still very
They
expensive.
built
yeah.
one up in Dublin. It's it's still really expensive. Like,
Yeah.
like you don't have to pay for shipping, obviously, but it's like
The actual printing of it
it's
in
still
itself is,
ridiculously
yeah.
expensive. But the thing Bandcamp have going is great. It's basically if you want a vinyl record and you're a fan of the band, you buy it, and from that money, Bandcamp print it and
Yeah.
send it to you.
Oh, that's decent.
It's so good. I say you just have to pay for mastering, but
So you're not left with like boxes and
I'd
boxes
say-
of them. Like
yeah, I'd say eventually we will start printing to vinyl, just because it's unreal.
Yeah, it's,
But,
it's like a kind of something to physically hold. And
Oh, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
nice,
really
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And CDs kind of just look like office supplies.
they
now,
do.
you
The
know.
CDs you just throw them on the
Ah,
fucking
exactly.
ground,
Yeah.
throw it in the car.
Frisbees, like
Yeah,
Could we make God alone floppy discs?
Oh, here like
laser
No.
discs.
I've never seen a floppy disk.
haven't you?
No,
What?
never
Oh,
held one
man.
in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm older than you. What are you on about with the floppy disk?
Can you any of you remember
Never.
the flexi discs?
I remember flexi disc and floppy discs.
No, I don't remember.
You're
any of
older than me. You don't remember the boom. You don't remember cassette tapes. You don't remember.
Da boom.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Here, like,
Man, if you suffered from floppy disk, you were in serious trouble.
oh, boys.
No, it was flexi disc. They used to release a flexi disc with Kerrang and Metal Hammer.
I'm
It was a
missing.
see-through piece of plastic,
Jesus,
basically, you know, and you just
I'm like full on missing a massive part of my childhood. Like, I don't remember any of that. Like,
yeah.
The brilliant thing was mini discs.
Jesus. I don't remember
Oh.
mine.
No,
Oh.
no, that's a different
Yeah.
fucking caliber of record buyer, and you know, you
They're
get serious
fucking
money
bad
for
jokes.
those. Like,
I had a serious one there from the WWE. It was the first John Cena album
Oh,
on
yeah,
mini
wait.
disc. It's going for quite a high price.
John
now, I'd
Cena.
say,
Hang
yeah.
on to that. bro.
Yeah, hang on to that.
do you want me to sign it?
Just save that for a rainy day, though. So if you ever have like a child or something,
Or
like,
the recession or something.
My child needs
Jay,
shoes.
Dad, I want to go to college. Don't no bother there. I'll just break out the John Cena mini disc money.
Basic thugonomics, babe.
Did you actually go to one of those wrestling shows in or Dublin? Did you?
I was at the WWE in the O2 Arena
God.
in 2008, and I almost touched CM Punk. I was about an inch away from touching him.
Oh, wrestling's
Yeah, he's my
brilliant.
favourite by his day.
The best ones are the ones that happen in like Neptune and stuff.
Oh yeah,
They're class, like.
Were you at them?
anything would happen.
Yeah, I was at them. I was at the big WWE as well. But like, there's so much crack at like the underground ones. It's like a whole scene
Yeah.
of like Irish wrestlers. It's
Jesus.
great. Sure, we come
Do you
in
remember-
pieces play at them. They play at events like wrestling events.
Do they?
And so do Genova. Yeah, they play at like events for like wrestling and
Class boys.
yeah, MMA.
Boys
as well.
baiting each other like
Yeah.
that's decent.
Very good music. But,
Oh yeah.
But I'd imagine the serious ones in the Point and the Tree Arena, like they're like probably huge, massive.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're proper yours, like fireworks and horse.
Do you remember? Do you remember Seamus by?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Seamus, the Irish wrestler, is it? Or, was he
Jeez.
Irish? I think he
He's
was, wasn't
I
it?
didn't even know.
Before Conor McGregor, there was Seamus. Fucking hell.
He's actually Conor McGregor's old fella, like. He's like fucking Seamus.
There's Finley as well. Who
Oh,
wasn't.
Finley's days.
Finley's
Oh,
fucking
boy,
was
Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
Do you remember Joe the small fella?
Jeez.
Fucking hell.
Wrestling.
Everybody, this is like, I'm just revisiting my fucking childhood here.
And you probably all
Wrestling.
had the wrestling figures as well, had you?
Oh, here
Oh,
we go,
yeah.
half. I'd all the belts and
I didn't
horseback.
have the rest. I might have done, but I had, Joe, like, I had these yokes, Joe. They were like, am I too close to the microphone?
No, you're
I don't
good.
know,
You're
it
good.
sounds a bit weird. I'd be fucking blowing everyone out of it. Like, I had these like drum match attacks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd like
top trumps.
No, they weren't top drums. I had like match attacks, but like it was like wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, I'm the fucking.
I'm the champ.
You're the biggest collector on the north side.
Me and my brother used to be kicking the head off each other, thinking we were in WWE. Like, days.
Chopper.
I had the belts and horseback. Like,
You didn't have the belts, did you?
oh, I had the belts and
Oh,
horseback.
no,
Yeah.
No, the belts are
Days,
brilliant.
like.
I brought a wrestling belt to school before.
Give him Chopper a bit.
I brought a wrestling belt to school before, but going to school on the north side, you have to defend your title. Out in the yard, like I'm the north side heavyweight champion. You'd be like,
God.
step out, boy.
Kick your head off, bloody young fella. Like,
So that's some title as well, boy.
It is, yeah. Some fella take it off you if you lose. Like,
I'm afraid to drop any names now in case they come after me. Like,
Jesus Christ. Say not.
bare knuckle heavyweight champion.
oh boy.
Back in the day.
Back in
Oh,
the
you're
day,
right. Yeah.
got me through.
Christ
Got me through the
almighty.
recession.
Jesus Christ.
That and wagon wheels. You know, Pat Kenny.
Pat
I don't
Kenny.
know. Fucking
Yeah,
the
the
boom. The
the
boom was
president.
class. I don't even remember it, but you know.
I don't know why you're on about the boom fucking age of me.
It's back.
Jesus Christ.
I was like,
You know,
I don't know. As I thought,
it's coming back. Get a loan for Christmas, like.
Lads, we're not going to go political now. On the fucking podcast. Let's stick. Let's bring
Stick
it
to
back.
the metal.
Yes, yeah. So, how do you pass your days then?
Getting loans out from AIB mostly.
I owe
Are you
AIB
for real,
millions.
boy?
Do you practice? How many times a week do you practice?
We were kind of doing once a week when the lads were in school now, when I was in college, but like I suppose we're doing about 2 or 3 a week now. It's really handy
Yeah.
in school
Yeah.
music and just book it whenever. And, like
Good laugh.
my whole year is like from the middle of nowhere, so I'll just go away home. So I had the whole building to myself for the summer. Like,
Okay.
it's brilliant. Like,
It's very handy that way.
oh,
Yeah.
it's pure handy. I live 20 minutes away from the gaff. Like,
Yeah.
You can shout and stuff then, and people don't like look at you weird in the school
Oh,
of music.
Christ, the amount of people that came in, like, is like we left the door open one time by accident. Like, there's some old one
That
came
was
in, like, eating
hilarious.
face off. It's like,
Really, yeah.
I'm so sorry. We're just kind of here, like,
She was
shouting
like,
and
she
like
was like,
using a load of fuzz and like shit. Like,
she
but,
was like, she was like, are you all registered students? And we were like, yeah.
No. Yeah, girl. Yeah, no, it's just really handy with that, and also Richie's up at IDA is brilliant as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah, he's
class.
lovely
He
fella,
has that open.
Oh, that's the band rooms.
That's the
yeah,
vibes,
we live like
brilliant.
5 minutes away from
Yeah.
it. I can walk there, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Class.
brilliant, yeah.
No, it's unreal that that's there as well, because like every band in Cork uses that. Like,
Yeah. And have you got you set up in there as well?
We did last year, but because like the leaving cert, like the three of us, me, Sean, and Dylan, were doing it this year, so we had to kind of step back a bit from rehearsing. We were like, there's no point, if we're not rehearsing every week, like renting out the room. But over the summer, I'd say we'll get back up there because you can just leave your stuff up there. You're in with some sound bands, like everyone like knows each other, and then you're just playing songs. Like it's brilliant.
Also, I would say that you go to more gigs than fucking anybody I know, even more than me. How are you able to get away with that? Like,
she's like nothing better to be in.
It was a lot more fun when we weren't 18. To be fair.
Yeah.
Just going up to the bounce like, you 18? Yeah, boy. No, well, like you have to support the lads. Like,
it's brilliant.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
brilliant.
There's some
it's
savage
great
gigs
seeing.
happening recently and some lovely boys around. Like,
Yeah. But I mean, in fairness, you're always up at the very front.
I can't see you otherwise. It's like
Yeah.
no, the tile boys like
Fucking hell,
Yeah, I've just kind of slowly acknowledged my age and just gravitating to the back now. And
Oh, jeez, that was us there in ground floor there last week.
Oh,
We went into it to spot the talent, like of not that way, like, but the
the bands like
the bands.
Jesus Christ.
oh, boys.
Like the subbed out lads
Cian.
were playing there last week,
Okay.
and no, we were watching them. And when we used to play there, you'd have people our age, and they'd be up the front. And when we played there, Decky and Minnie from Horse were at it, and they were like down the very back. And he's like, "What are they doing there in the back? I
Yeah.
don't get that. Why don't they come up the front?"
Yeah.
And now I know.
Go
So
on.
you feel so weird, like I felt like it's so weird in there because there's like a load of 14-year-olds, jumping around the place. I'm down the back, like someone's gonna break their neck now. No, I love going to gigs though. Like
I can understand like why my mum doesn't go to our shows now, or like why
yeah.
like it's like it's just not, it's not good crack. Like if there's like if you feel out of place or something, like
Oh god,
like she'd see or like someone like at home would see a video on like Joe Facebook or whatever, like.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, boys fucking tearing
Kicking the head off you.
into each other.
Yeah.
I didn't even like that much anymore. I like the thing, like we do a gig there the other time, and like
Just be people
there,
dancing.
there wouldn't be like a big like mosh pit or whatever, but like there'd be boys dancing to fuck. Like, they'd
disco stew,
like,
Joe,
do you know that scene? Do you know that scene in the Blues Brothers where like Jake and Elle would like go to the church?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like James Brown is the fucking priest.
Yeah.
And
minister.
like they're all going like fucking mental,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and they're like jumping up into the, like that's like my favorite when that kind of happens.
Yeah.
That's like
The Church of
class,
God
like.
alone.
Yeah.
No one's no.
For us anyway, but like for other bands, when there's like mosh pits there,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's class.
brilliant. Like
Yeah.
for Baylor, like
They are serious.
Yeah, and
it's worn out as well.
worn
Yeah,
out
all
as well.
their
The worn out
days.
headline show there.
Mm.
That was class,
last
wasn't it?
week.
That's-
That
Oh,
was
the
amazing.
atmosphere is unreal.
unreal.
Yeah.
They're lovely boys as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Oh,
I
Jesus,
think we
yeah.
definitely saw what's coming with them.
Oh,
didn't
they're
we?
sad.
Oh, they're so
serious
good,
man.
man.
Like yeah.
Fucking
But, like,
insane. Like,
I just it's just kind of a beautiful chaos with it, isn't it? Really,
Oh,
because
yeah.
in fairness, they all look out for each other as well.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
Yeah.
guys in fucking seeking to
Yeah.
fucking
No.
Oh no,
decapitate
you
another
wouldn't
guy.
move on to like spin kicking boys or something.
Yeah.
that kind of crack. Like,
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
really sound. Like
Yeah.
sure, like we've been in loads of like mash
Loads of pits.
mash pits.
Yeah.
Like we. No,
I've
like
been in the pit.
we've done lots of that now in the past, like just since about like I'd say
about a year, I suppose.
yeah, about a year. We've done a good bit of that.
Yeah, well,
None
you're
of us-
just naturally sucked into it from where you're watching it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But like, and it's good crack as well. But like, none of us have ever been hurt, and
No.
I don't
We're
know
small
anyone.
boys, like
If you fall, they pick you up. Like
Yeah, and I don't know anyone that's been badly hurt either. In
Except for Evan, but like
he
he just gets himself into that. Like
what did he do there in Spalpeen?
he was,
I was walking,
doing backflips and shit.
that was decent, boy.
Oh, really? Yeah.
class.
That's class.
Did he like hit his head off like a wooden?
Yeah, but there was like live wires on it or something. He was getting shot.
That's decent, boy.
I was at a gig in
Fuck,
Fred's
yeah.
there maybe 3 months ago, and there was a guy, a big tall fellow with a leather jacket, and he was fairly drunk, It wasn't Suits there. No, it was some other gig anyway. I think he might have been again up at the front at it.
Yeah.
But
Idolising bands.
he he tried to fucking jump on the crowd, which probably there was only like 8
Yeah.
smaller fellas, and like
yeah.
kind of he fucking went
Probably all of
straight
us.
down on his head.
Oh, Jesus
Class,
Christ.
but-
Like,
And he
Fred's
was-
is small as well. Everyone can see that.
Got fucking nailed, man. And he
jeez.
kind of, you could see he was in pain, but he kind of got up, and it was just probably the amount of alcohol he had in him kind of disguised the pain. But
Oh,
Christ, I
yeah.
was watching him,
Yeah.
and I was just going fucking hell. And he was trying to headbang, and he was just, oh man, my fucking neck was sticking out at the wrong angle.
Ah,
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, like
That's a terrible floor there.
so, sometimes at like
Fucking hell.
the local gigs, like, you know, it's just like the lads at it, they'd be like, oh, well, it's a pub and a venue, so I'm going to get absolutely plastered.
Mm.
But like when I go to a gig, I'm like, I want to see the bands, I want to see what they're
Yeah, yeah.
doing, like, you know. And if I'm playing, like, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything, I
Mm.
just want to see the music,
Yeah.
like. But like when people get like overtly drunk at it, and then there's like 8 people in the crowd, but they insist on being really aggressive,
Yeah.
and they like take away all the enjoyment, and they like section all the women out of enjoying the gig because they're being really macho
Yeah.
and like pushing people around. It's horrible. Like
Yeah, it's a pain in the
But-
arse. Yeah.
in Cork anyway, it doesn't really happen a lot.
Yeah.
From what
For
I've seen, like.
for the Suits there one now, there was a girl there. She was, I think she was, she wasn't Irish anyway, but she was paraplegic drunk, and she was falling, hitting off people, knocking
Jesus.
other people's drinks.
Fucking hell.
And the boyfriend was there as well, and he was trying to fucking kind of keep her on the straight and narrow. But
Oh, yeah.
but it got so bad. I went down. I wasn't actually drinking, which was worse again for me. And I was coming back up the stairs, and she was passed out. She'd fallen on the steps, passed
Jesus.
out.
Fuck.
So luckily
Terrible.
enough, there was another girl there, so I was able to help her up with the other girl. And she fucking got up and headed straight back into the gig again. And
Fuck's
I think the girl went downstairs and said it to one of the lads in Fred's. The barman was up trying to take her out of it. Then you know, but like, how do you get that bad? You know,
Oh, Jesus.
you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to drink that many pints. Like.
See, I've been there, done it the whole lot, like, and you know, all it takes is for one guy just not to catch you, or one guy not to pay attention, and then
Oh,
you're
Jesus.
fucking gone.
Brains then, like,
You're
yeah.
straight
stop.
down through
Oh,
onto
Jesus.
the floor, like, you know.
Oh, sham.
I
Yeah.
mean-
I've seen that happen so many times. The Sean Long. Every
Yeah,
time
yup.
it's the Sean Long. Like,
Yup.
the
Fair
best
like.
man, and he just like jump, and no one's there, and he
Yeah.
just doesn't
But
care.
he'd be
He'd
grand.
He'd get
He'd
back
be
up,
fine.
big hurler,
Made
and
of
he'd
rubber.
go at it again. Yeah.
Fucking absolute.
No,
legend,
luckily
like.
everyone was there whenever we stage dive. The one time that I got hurt was Evan in Spalpeen Fánach.
Evan
I'm
out of
talking a lot
Warnout,
of
yeah.
bad stuff with Evan. I love him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Fuck, he's like the best thing.
He's the best man. But he like jumped from the side of Spalpeen Fánach.
Is this Evan? No.
Yeah, Evan.
Worn out.
Yeah, worn out.
Go on, yeah.
Yeah, the best man in the game. And he jumped, and I wasn't paying attention
Facts.
because I was just, I can't remember who was playing. It was Baylor, and I was watching
Yeah.
Baylor, and he was like, "You're unreal." And then everyone moved away. I was like, "Why is everyone moving?" And everyone landed on me completely. I fell, and I like hit my head, and I was like, "What is going on?" And I was in so much pain. And Cian picked me up. He's like, "Are you all right?" And he's like, I don't know what's happened. It took me a while to be like, did I just fall? Did something happen?
And Evan just slunked away somewhere.
And
else.
he's gone. Like,
Gone.
Oh,
didn't say anything.
Sure, he's made of sterner
A
stuff
fucking
anyway, to be
tank,
fair
like.
to him.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez, no, I remember, like, do you remember the first I think it was the first time we sparred Baylor, with coil guns.
Oh, that was nice.
And we were watching Baylor set, and, like, that was my first time, like, seeing, like, my first time seeing him was in Golden Discs.
Oh yeah, we got that
And I
one.
was
That's
like-
a great
I
was
fucking
like,
performance.
Oh, that's this brilliant now.
That's your first time seeing him at
That was my first time, like, seeing a Baylor gig in Fred's with coil guns, yeah. And I remember, like, fucking, like, Alex, like, took the monitor, or I know it was like a wedge or something.
Yeah.
I think it was just like a wedge or something that was on stage, and he like took and he fucked it out into the fucking into the where, like, you know, the crowd was or whatever, and he standing up on top of it, like, and I was like, this is class.
Yeah,
And he just goes, "Catch me, motherfuckers!" And then like I'm like what? And I get booed into the face. And it was like, Joe, it's actually right though, because like his shoes were like fairly soft. I don't know. No, I don't know. Was he wearing like Vans or something?
Moon boots.
I was expecting to get knocked out there, but it was actually fine.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, lads.
that was class though. That was one of my favorite shows. Like.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
But like when you went over to England, what was the crowds like there? Were they kind of tame or?
It was kind of like
Good.
It was kind of only
I liked
recently
it.
the lads have started like kicking the heads off each other at our
Okay.
shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we played that, like there was a rake of people at it, like, and there was a few boys kind of like moving around, but it's kind of nice to just seeing boys being like, ooh,
Yeah.
kind of like that, like yeah.
I suppose a lot were checking you out anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it was
cool
nice
that
out
we
of
played Brighton, because you can see the similarities in Brighton as there is in Cork. It's mad because
Yeah,
the
nice,
crowd was very similar. Where there was, see, Cork is small, like way smaller than Dublin, so it's like a music scene rather than a metal scene.
Yeah.
So like there's people, if you go to any gig in Fred's, there's people there that are rappers and there's people there from all other things.
Yeah.
And because it's so small, people get influences from everything, so the music is really interesting. And in Brighton, it was kind of the same thing where you'd like talk to someone, they'd be like, oh, I'm actually a rapper, I also like metal, like, which is great. I love that.
Yeah.
And they were like you know, moshing whatever, but they weren't like, you know, like doing stuff that they'd like, you know, they weren't like spin kicking lads or anything. And it was just great.
Yeah.
That was actually brilliant when we played Brighton. There was like the people were really, really into it.
Yeah,
It was really
it was
sound,
class.
Yeah, really nice to us and stuff.
There's a video there
Lovely.
that was put up when we played it, and this fellow we met over there, Bob Tet,
Oh,
he loved it, and he's in a amazing prog band called Core of Oil.
Class.
And we finished playing like the first song, and when we were playing, they were like, oh, like the thing that happens most times when we start playing is like, oh, it's a load of like 16, 17 year olds playing. Sure, what are they going to know about metal? And then we play, and we're just kind of doing our stupid thing, and they're like, oh, that was really good. And then he like started shouting stuff, and it's really funny. Like he's a great man. Yeah, his band are amazing as
It
well.
was like boys clapping and shit at Diok, like
Yeah,
That was
fucking it's lovely.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
So like, I mean,
Got a bottle of champagne as well.
and you're surely going back.
Decent.
Oh yeah, we're looking to go back now in before the end of the year when we bring out the next release. Yeah. Sorry,
Alright.
but
Beer.
Yeah, no. Oh, here that. But yeah, no, they're really nice over there to us. They couldn't understand the fucking word we were saying, like.
Oh
But like they were very nice
That
still.
was gas
Like,
actually.
I was trying to talk to some fella, like, and I swear, like,
happening?
it wasn't going through, like, but oh, they were lovely, and yeah, we're looking to go over there now and do a few dates before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be good, crack.
We have one confirmed at the moment, but
Okay, cool.
I won't reveal
That's fair.
an awful lot.
Oh,
That's fair enough.
Very secretive man.
Oh, boys.
sham.
But like when you look at Baylor, for example, I'll give you them as an example. They have PR over in England. Is that a kind of a blueprint you want to follow?
Oh,
Oh,
we're can I say a bit more about it?
Yeah, we'll go in now.
We're in talks with the same boys that Baylor are using for their, or
Good.
Baylor have their
That's good
PR.
to hear.
They're
Yeah.
fucking unreal, hold tight. And
Yeah.
a few other boys as well, like.
Right.
Cormac
And,
is doing an awful lot now to kind of
Yeah,
boost us over there and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's really, really good.
fucking
Really great, man.
savage.
They have the right idea, Baylor. They're doing it the proper
They're
job.
doing
like,
it the
and
proper way, yeah.
Kind of love to like kind of emulate that, I suppose. Like
Yeah.
they're fucking great.
They're
lads.
after really blowing up as well.
Yeah, they have
in
the right
past
idea, like they
Mm.
really do.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
great because they're amazing.
Oh, they're fucking
Ah,
savage, man.
um,
Lovely
Yeah, because I
boys,
mean, all it
One of
takes
the best, like.
all it takes is one band to kind of
so open
break
the
out
door.
of that scene. And
Yeah,
and to be fair, the community, as you all know, is fantastic anyway
Oh,
within the
yeah.
Irish scene anyway. So I'd imagine, you know, with Baylor doing that and ye following,
Oh, geez,
that there could be one or two more come through as well. You know?
They're after signing to the same music agency as those lads Pine that your man, the guitarist and conjurer, runs Baylor after signing
Okay.
it now,
Yeah,
and they're doing mad crack, like,
Yeah.
and we'll be doing mad crack as well. Yeah, that'd be nice.
yeah. Sure, it'll take up a few days of boredom off you.
Yeah,
anyway,
Yeah,
won't
right,
it?
yeah.
I know yourself.
Fuck yeah.
Like the Cork scene now, it needs to get out of Cork basically. And I was talking to Christian from the Magna Pin actually, and he was saying this. He was like, "This is kind of like his like third time being in a wave of a scene," and he's like, "This is the best time it's ever been, really."
Yeah.
And this is like probably my first time being in like a wave of the scene, and I think it's great. Like every band is like really after like stepping up like in musicianship wise, to the point of like world, like international kind of levels, but because it's so small, like there's not enough attention put into it. But if some like label was to like look at the scene in Cork, they definitely pick it up. Like because there's so much bands, not even in Cork but in Ireland.
Yeah.
Like there's so much stuff going on. It's brilliant from every genre, you know.
It's how we portray it as well. I think is important as well. It's all well and good being an upcoming band, but you need to have your professional merchandising. You know, a good work ethic as well. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it's gone past the stage now where you can get like back in the first scene, which is back when I was probably, I suppose, in the early 90s. There was record labels always in Cork circling, you know. That's with Frank and Walters now. It wasn't kind of a metal scene as such, like it was all those bands. And then there was a second scene again, and you were kind of confident that bands would be picked up again, but it actually didn't happen. So now the third scene, which is all the lads, and you know, you're kind of going, I think there's a better social media side of it, better buzz created there. So if you are in England as a fan or as someone looking to pick up another band, you'll read about these lads playing gigs all over the country. All their stuff is there in Bandcamp, you know. So it's a lot easier. You know,
I think with like social media though, like the promotion stuff is way better, especially for like people that understand kind of how to work social media as like a market. Like there's a few bands that are really good at it, like Baylor are really good at it as well, and they can like manipulate social media into like promoting themselves, and it's really important. Like that's kind of what we're like trying to get a bit better on now. Because if you like, you know, you can get onto like as many like journalist places as you want, but like the independent side of promoting yourself is really, really important now.
Yeah.
And it's really empowering actually that you can promote yourself, you can start your own label, and you can do stuff from your own back. But it's also really sad because even if you're working out from your own independent label or a major label, you're probably making the same amount of money because of streaming.
Yeah. That's like, it. Yeah.
There's no money really, like.
No. But I mean, it's just to get your name out there, and as I said, a record label or a manager could look in and just see all the gigs you're playing, and kind of go, yeah, these lads have potential. I'd like to get them over for a European tour, you know, and then you're off then, you know, because I mean, you're sharpening your chops, gigging wise. Be kind of paranoid over exposing yourself. With a scene that's small enough in Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah, it really, like in the greater scheme of things, it is very small, but for what is so small, is like big.
It's like that. It's like
All
that.
right,
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where they like there's like a restaurant opens and they like don't allow anyone in, and then everyone
to build more hype.
and then everyone wants to go in there.
Except everyone in the Irish scene is in it, but it's so small that it looks exclusive.
There you go.
It's cool, like because like every band I think now really is doing like all they can, and everyone has the like right attitude about that. I want to make music, and I'm just going to be like sound focus on music rather than focusing on any social aspect of it. Just music, and like, oh, I have all these friends too, but that's what I'm focused on. And it's great. It'll build like so much from that, I think.
Like what are you listening to at the moment, Jake, for example?
From like Ireland, or just from like like all the Baylor lads, all the Worn Out lads.
Okay.
And then like listening to stuff from like a bit of a while ago as well, like 7 and stuff, and like they're just still like to now are still amazing, and like I hope that they'll be doing something new soon. But like they had like insane like musical thing as well, but like I don't think there was enough of a scene around it, like, or like enough like support and attention. But if there was, then they would have like taken off like massively. Like,
what about you, Cian?
Yeah, I just listened to fucking Wreck a Biggie there lately. Like,
Yeah.
what's it
From
called?
Ireland.
Like,
Biggie O'Hara.
but no,
Biggie
just there's
O'Hara.
absolutely unreal bands around Cork. Like, I've listened to like a rake of fuck, I've been listening to. I like Cian from Cork, but I've been listening to a rake of them lately.
Oh yeah.
And fuck, who else are decent? Sharborn are decent.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. Who from Cork are decent? Like, there's the obvious like decent boys with like kind of Partholme, Soothsayer, Crows,
Yeah.
a Horse.
I know I'm
man.
about kind of Ireland in general, and I'm not
Oh,
confined
yeah,
as to Cork, like, but I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
Jesus,
every band really like is actually really good in
fucking
their
great
own
bands,
right. Like
yeah.
there's too many. Elder Druid are
Elder
unreal
Druid,
as well.
fucking
Fucking
hell.
hell.
Yeah.
Jesus, they're decent. We played with themselves there the other week in Cypress Avenue. They're
That's right,
fucking
yeah.
Bisector class as well.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting on Horse now
Class, you
to
know,
make
really,
some
really.
new stuff because Horse are my boys. like,
Oh
they-
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking
I
brilliant.
still listen
Can't
to
wait
like
for that.
the other Horse stuff, the Wonderland, and their last thing,
Class.
the drone and dragon thing, the split they did with Bisect, unreal.
It looks exactly like the new Miley Cyrus yoke.
It does, yeah.
Did you see
What?
that?
Yeah, yeah.
They look
Hardly.
exactly the
The
artwork
artwork, yeah.
for the split with Horse and Bisect, the Horse side,
Yeah.
and like some yoke that Miley Cyrus released, they're fucking identical. Like,
Yeah.
They should
yeah.
rant
I think
Imro
they
about
did
that,
it.
I'd say.
yeah, it's fucking
Imro boys.
Mi-
Story.
Miley
Cyrus,
be guilty
Jesus.
and all bit of plagiarism there, like, you know.
Did any of you see her on Glastonbury?
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
No, she
I
fucking covered 9 Inch Nails.
I haven't watched.
What
this
song
since
did she
Montana,
cover?
to be honest.
Head Like a Hole.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
I
She
know.
does have a head like
I know.
one,
I
fairness
just
to her,
went,
like.
fuck's sake.
I haven't-
Fucking airhead, like.
I haven't watched this since Hannah Montana.
Dirt of
Yeah.
God.
Hannah
Yeah.
Montana's
That's
class,
fucking
actually.
decent show. Man. I
Hannah
love
Montana's
it.
unreal.
And of course, she brought her fucking dad on stage then.
Ah, here he's a
Billy
legend.
Ray.
Now. He's a fucking legend.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, like
Yeehaw Cyrus.
Yeah. It was bad, man.
he's
It
a
was
fucking
bad.
legend.
Dirt of God.
Oh yeah, Billy Ray's a legend.
Oh, he's
Old
class.
Town Road, like.
Don't say it, man, because it'll be fucking stuck in all our heads for the rest of the night. Bit of 2-pack there or something like
Oh,
that.
yup.
Tupac isn't dead, boy. He lives in Clonmel.
Who have you anybody set aside to record with or master with? Anyone
Yeah.
locally?
Whatchamacallit, we did our EP. There's one we recorded, the newest one to be released with Tom Peters. He's the guitarist in a band called Alpha Male Tea Party.
Okay.
Very unreal, like English math rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
he's an absolute fucking hero of man. Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a legend. Yeah.
But whatchamacallit, there's we kind of have to sit down and kind of think about like what are we gonna do with the other like 50 songs we've written past
Yeah.
that, because that's it. That won't be released for another long while. Like,
Yeah.
No.
How do you feel like being labelled as kind of black metalish?
I suppose the early stuff was kind of like that. We've
Yeah.
completely gone off it, really.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, it was like at the
Yeah,
start,
same.
like we were
At
just
the
listening
start,
to,
we just wanted to build a career off ripping off Alter Plagues. to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, fairness.
Oh,
Oh, take that back, boy.
It's too late.
Yeah, no, like the whole post black metal thing is brilliant. That's like really what got me into like post metal and stuff. And post metal is great still, but to have like something like experimental like post metal is still kind of limiting. Like, cause there's no post metal bands really that like you'd be able to have a bit of a drive to. So
it's not happy enough.
yeah, that's like what we're like, you know, we just
Trying to-
like
Happy
yeah, just
metal.
where I don't know what genre we'd be now, because
No.
we just try to like implement as much as we listen to, but what comes like naturally. So it's not
Yeah.
forced. Like, cause I hate when bands are like, right, we have a heavy bit now. How we haven't used this groove in a while now. We'll make this one dancey. So like, I just like we'd be playing something like slow, kind of heavy, and then we this would be nice if we went into like a hardcore beat. This would be nice now if we went into like a disco beat. It's just whatever like we hear.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's what works.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
I don't like having like a label behind it. I don't like labels, but like I think the
Lang.
sad dancey metal thing that we have going that works
Kind
well.
of
like.
works. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack? I mean, from the drum side of things, those blast beats, are they a thing of the past?
We still do a fair
I
bit.
don't like doing them, but
You love blast beats, like, on me.
you know, I'm not very good at them. Like, but you know, I kind of have to. Because yeah,
Forcing the blast beat. Good
but no, I don't. I don't know. I just listen to like I don't really listen to a lot of. Actually, I'll go as far as saying the only metal I kind of do listen to on a regular basis would be like fucking metal, like, you know, bands from like around Ireland and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like I've like Baylor. I've like load of their songs like fucking saved on my fucking phone. Like it's mad. Like it's hardcore, but like they've their completely own thing going on. You know, the same goes for Worn Out. Even though like they're like all like fucking really good buds. And you think like, oh yeah, sure, they're probably doing all the same thing, but they're not. Like, it's fucking mental.
Yeah.
It's
totally
like
different sound.
totally different sound.
Well,
And like,
Alex joined them now. I mean, they're
he's
moving into a
established
different
himself.
level now.
stop.
Oh yeah, they have
You
a
know.
new song there. I was talking to Evan and Boba about this, and it's like it has this really like cool, like post black metal-y bit in the middle. And I was talking to Evan, and he's like, "I knew you'd like that." And he's like, "Oh, it's so nice, like that they have some like really like nice melodic stuff now, because I love my melodies.
Yeah.
It's nice, like just they're class."
But yeah, and that was funny actually, because I mean it was so fucking hot in that gig that night. I mean,
Oh Christ!
it was just and just Alex collapsing on the ground. I just saw my opportunity, just pinned
Saw
the
the fall
fucking
of that.
set list on him, and it worked good, didn't it?
Oh jeez! Oh Christ! That fucking room was like a sauna. Like,
Yeah.
oh boys.
Evan was puffing a fair bit in the background there.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't pass out. Like I nearly passed out halfway through. I was like, "Lads, no."
I think that's it. I think we kind of covered a nice bit there, lads. There's plenty of wrestling stuff in it.
How long were we actually talking about wrestling for? Because I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter.
That could have been hours there. Like,
This is the metal cell. It's a chilled out chat, man. Anything go on there. Christian Brothers and all.
Oh yeah.
So keep an eye out on future releases. The Cosmonaut relationship seems to be working well for you.
It is,
He's
yeah.
a lovely
Yeah.
fella, I fucking
With
love
Cormac, yeah.
he's a fucking hero. Yeah,
the real MVP,
yeah. My G.
Best
My
turn in
G,
the game,
yeah.
yeah.
And
man of the match.
we will see you on the road. For those that are around on the 13th of July, we subbed out in ground floor in the YMCA. So that's the only confirmed one you're going shouting out
Oh
with today anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. Thanks very much for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks a
Thanks
million,
very
it was
much.
class.
So you've been listening to the Metal Cell. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to get in contact with me to come on the show, themetalcell@gmail.com. So that's it. Over and out. Thanks a million to Jake, Jack and Keen of God Alone.